Why do you do what you do? Knowing the answer to this question enables us to make difficult choices, life-changing adaptations, and meaningful connections. But as a member of administrative services in the largest democracy of the world, this question takes a truly spectacular scale. Let's take a brief stroll through India's past to put its present in perspective. India has had an arduous yet incredible journey as a nation. More than 4,000 years ago, it harbored the highly advanced and sophisticated Indus Valley civilization, which had trade networks with Persia, Mesopotamia, Egypt, and possibly China. By 1 CE, India was the most prosperous country of the world, contributing roughly a third of the entire world's economy. By 1700 CE, India was still contributing roughly a quarter of the global economy. But India has also been the most plundered nation in the world, first by Turkic invasions and later by European colonists. By 1947, impoverished India contributed merely 2% of the global economy.
Now, 77 years later, India's fortunes are turning again and rapidly, thanks to the indomitable Indian spirit and resilience. As of 2024, India is among the top 5 global economies and well on its way to become a superpower in the next few decades. So it is a critical time for us to consider our heritage, our values, and our systems deeply. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is widely revered as the Iron Man of India and the chief engineer of a politically integrated India. He was also the chief architect and patron saint of India's civil services. In his speech to IAS probationers on April 21, 1947, Sardar Patel urged the future leaders to deliver public service with incorruptible integrity.
The officers must be guided by a real spirit of service in their day-to-day administration. Above all, I would advise you to maintain the utmost impartiality and incorruptibility of administration. A civil servant cannot afford to and must not take part in politics, nor must he involve himself in communal wrangles. To depart from the path of rectitude in either of these respects is to debase public service and to lower its dignity. Similarly, no service worth the name can claim to exist if it does not have in view the achievement of the highest standard of integrity. Render your service without fear or favor and without any expectation of extraneous rewards.
The All India services, also called civil services or public services, are highly revered executive positions, the very backbone of every administrative machinery, and a blessed opportunity to shape the country's policies and development. Responsibility, efficiency, integrity, and dedication to service are the hallmarks of civil servants. They play pivotal roles in policy formulation, district management, and national security. They act as catalysts for social and national development. But it's not always easy for them to do their duty. Abuse of power is as old as power itself. Corruption exists in the smallest and largest human systems, and so does the enduring need to cleanse and cure such systems. For a values-based public servant, the goal remains deliverance of exceptional service sans any personal gains. Indian bureaucrats are our unsung heroes, the invisible chief operating officers of modern India. They need ethical and moral values for efficient and honorable public service delivery. A values-based work culture is necessary at and across all levels, propagating honesty, trust, discipline, and transparency. But in the final analysis, what really counts is the practice of these values. This is why Mission Karmayogi envisions public servants as Karmayogis, driven by a values-based service system.
But what do we mean by service? It is often understood as a transaction between distinct dual entities, a provider and a receiver, exchanging material service and material reward. This dualism is at the root of consumerism and competition plaguing our modern society. On the other hand, ancient Indian wisdom teaches us that this dualism and competition of yours versus mine is just an illusion. Maha Upanishad gives us the famous mantra, Ayam nijah paroveti ganana laghuchetasam udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Only the small-minded think, this is mine, that is others. For the wise, the whole world is one family. Our oldest scripture, the Rig Veda, gives us the ultimate purpose of life and work. Atmano mokshartham, jagat hitayacha, for the liberation of self and welfare of the world. Swami Vivekananda adopted this mantra as his mission. Bharat has had many such great souls and Mahatmas who have practiced and taught true service with deep love. One such Mahatma, Sri Satya Sai Baba, gave us the dictum, love must express itself as service. Love all. Serve all. Notice that self-salvation and world welfare are not competing here, but are presented here as one and the same goal. Love is not separate from service. Love manifests as service. Thus, loving service to others is also the highest form of self-love. Self is liberated through the welfare of others. Lord Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, the self is nimitta matram, only an instrument in the manifestation of the divine will. Prakrityaiva cha karmani, kriyamanani sarvashah. All actions are performed solely by nature, and the self is without action.
It is in this context that the Indian government and civil service have to re-emerge and adopt a new understanding of service, the paradigm of Seva Bhav. Seva Bhav means an attitude of serving without any need or expectation of material rewards. Seva Bhav honors the inherent oneness of all beings. Seva Bhav puts people above process and values above systems. Seva Bhav works with empathy and energy to elevate the receiver and liberate the giver. This is what we shall explore in this course. We invite you to embark on this enlightening and affirming journey of rediscovering yourself as a person, as a citizen, and as a public servant.